Backyard builds time. Back on the sedan. It's not what I was planning on doing. So today, my grand plan was to vacuum the floor of the sedan, wire wheel it, and start getting some black paint on the floor, getting it prepped so I can put the car builders on the hood, on the roof, get it ready for the trimmer to come in and put the hood lining in, because I've just gone and got the rubber kit finally. But I'm not going to be doing that because I have found a bit more rust in the body. And I didn't know this was here. It was only when I started vacuuming. I heard all the chunky bits get sucked up and I went, that's either really good and or really bad. So let's go have a look at what I found. So we're going to start here. My $40 Kmart vacuum, which used to be my house vacuum, became my shed vacuum, which then became the house vacuum and back to the shed vacuum. It finally gave up the ghost. I'm not mad about it. I got 10 years out of it for 40 bucks. I went and grabbed a brand new Karcher vacuum. Sweet. Happy days. Jump in the car with me now. Got the floors all tidied up, nice and clean. All the rubbish vacuumed off because it's been sitting a minute. And I started getting into the bottom of this A-pillar on the passenger side. And I'll light it up. You might be able to see it. Can you... Oh, what's that? That's daylight. I went, oh, okay, that's interesting. Shine my torch in there. Oh, that's because the bottom of that A-pillar's a bit rusty. So, I thought, well, let's check the driver's side. Driver's side's okay. Good. But, yeah, I need to fix that. So, we need to start by getting out of the car. This door's still closed, really nice. Turn the camera off. No. Turn the light off. And what we need to do is take this guard off because we should be able to get to the bottom of it there. I'm really hoping I don't have to take the door off because the doors are aligned absolutely perfectly and I don't want to touch them. So yeah, let's grab a spanner and zap that off. Take that one out. Put the bolt over here. I have a feeling I only put 3 bolts in this guard. Because the bottom is loose. No one. Should stay there. Hey, what? Hey. Wrong side. This side. Here, with me. Stay tracking. See how I've got the guard here? And now I'm going to... Comes off just like that. Pretty simples. Let's have a look at this rust. So it's just there. It's not lower, thankfully. I was a bit concerned it was going to be down here where this subframe bolt is, but it's not. So that just means water's been sitting in there. We will right, it's back here. Let's get a strip disc and just hit that area because all the other rust should fall out at the same time, and hope that that is all that's there, because I don't really want to have to, you know, all that kind of stuff. Drain tube here is good, but which is nice, thankfully. Well, at least that's the worst of it. Looks like it's good below it, down here and down here, which means the bottom of the floor hasn't rusted through, thankfully. But I can see little spots down in here. And like I said, I really didn't want to take the door off, but I don't think I'm going to have an option here. So I need to fix this properly. This is a bit of a structural, you know, the bottom of this is technically like a torque box. It sort of connects the floor to the sills because there's monocoque. So yeah, I'm going to have to pop this door off, which is not really what I wanted, but let's just suck it up and get it done. So if you're pulling a door off like this door has never been off this car, and I know this because there is overspray in the jam, and you can see there's flakiness up the top here. I'm probably like 95% sure this door's never been off. What I have done is I've already taken the inside bolt off. That goes, so these are like a triangle. There's a bolt in behind that which you can only access with the door open. I've got myself a scribe. Now I haven't loosened any of the other 4 main bolts. And the door is closed and latched, so it's not going to fall off. With this scribe, I'm marking these hinges. Now it might seem like a very obvious thing to do, but as you've seen, doors can be tedious to line up, and if you've never done it before, you know it can take a fair while. So like I said, knowing these doors to be pretty good, I'm not going to mess with that. Now I know they're all 1/2 inch. I've got ratchet spanners. Another thing that makes me think they've never been off, they just sort of crack. They feel smooth, means they've been in threads their whole life, haven't been surrounded by shite. Now you could label where these all go. I'm not going to bother because they're all the same bolts. Don't care that much. On that. Now you notice that I've undone the whole bottom hinge first. I've got 1 bolt left in the top. Now the method to this is, this door is going to come off and it's going to be extremely heavy. As soon as you detach it from the side, it's going to want to calm away. What you can do is leave all of them but that bolt. I like to stand up and I put my leg against the door. This way I know the door's not going to come at me in a rush. Door's loose. So yeah, it just wants to fall away. All you have to do now, hold onto it and unlock the door. That door's never been off. That's 100% never been off in its life. And this I can guarantee you. So when these were assembled in the factories, can't remember I think mine was Sydney built. Door hinges went on before the bodies got painted. See this mark? If I wipe that away a little bit, there's bare metal under there. That door's never come off in its life. That's good. That leaves us a perfect imprint of where we need to put it back on. So anyway, I'm just going to hit the bottom of this pillar a little bit more with the last amount. Find the rest of the rod. We've uncovered, I want to say it's the last of rust, but actually there's a little bit in the cowl, but I wasn't going to worry about that until I had the front end off, which is probably going to be the next job after this and that. But we know where the rust is now. Let's form a piece. Yeah, let's form that piece to work. So all I'm going to do about like that. Just needs to be a wee bit tighter. That is more than enough to cover enough. Although that's very roughly shaped, that's all that really is. So I'm going to get my Sharpie and mark out where I'm going to cut. Now, you can mark this out any way you like. I like straight lines. I find it a lot easier to work with. And the corner there somewhere. Last spot sort of there-ish. Come across there. I need that bottom hole, don't I? Okay, this is going to be a funky cut. We're going to go around the hole. Come down there somewhere. And through there. I'm going to do a separate piece for the rust inside that hinge pocket. So we're going to go on the corner of it, come out, cut across here, same thing, through there, through there, there. I know there's a floor in there. Stick that there-ish, and then come back across. Damn you, about there-ish. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be easy to cut. I'm going to try and get it out in one piece so I can just sit it over that and then mark it out and then just start fitting it up. I love my job, I love my job, I love my cars, I love my cars, I love this stuff. Now I knew this was gone, but I wasn't too concerned about it. But thought that was good right up till I pulled. That's just what do they call it? Like body seam sealer. That's just a big plug of seam sealer that was in there, hiding all that. Cool. Well, it's less than ideal, but I've got to fix it. Luckily, it's just the top. It goes to about there, so it's just enough that I'll be able to cut that out from above. I have to get the air hacksaw on it, but it is it's lunchtime, so that is a after lunch job. Pretty sweet, eh? I cut it out, vacuumed it, had some wire wheels in there. I'm now going to put some antiox spray in there, and then I'm going to mix it up with the wire wheel again. And I've also got this sort of like rust converter spray. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there as well once it's all dry. I'm not sure how I'm going to dry it, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to get my MAPS gas and like steam and stuff, and it'll dry out. Yeah, it's better than nothing. It's better than what wasn't there. So yeah, let's a bit of torch action. A couple of these ones. Come on. Oh yeah, that's doing its job. I've got that at straight, not diluted, straight. I like to run it a bit heavy, but I can already see it's doing its job, so I'm not going to waste any time in getting that wire wheel in there. Hopefully. Yep, got some of that. Try and get this all over my fingers now. That. And then let's go to the flat and disky one. Yeah. Big old coat like that. Now normally you'd get water and dilute it, and you'd run a mix, and you'd then get water and wash it off. Don't have the best access in there, as you can tell. So I've got save your water, a good couple of pumps. Stuff a rag in there. Thought before I cook it, make a nice little cocktail for myself, let all the smoke out. I'll blow dry in there first. I've got the rag over the hole. I don't know if you can see that, sort of. So the rag's over the hole, and then I'm just gonna. There's a prick to clean in there. It's a little pitted, but I'm not too stressed about it. Let's bake it. I didn't go boom, boom. We're gonna make a bomb, thankfully. Oops. Definitely loses oxygen the further you go in, bud. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Right. So before, right at the start, we did this to replace this spaghetti mess. Now we know that that's a pretty close fit.
not mad about it. All we're going to do is sit that in there like that, wherever this camera wants. And I'm going to trace large because I want to snip it down. Ta-da! Cut out that rough shape. Check how it fits on the body, just, you know, pushing it in place. Once I've got that out of fit, with the offcut of this, I'm going to make that inner piece, which is just a flat piece that just glues in from the top. Once I have those two pieces made, I'll prep everything with an epoxy inside that hole, and I'll epoxy the underside of the plate because I won't be able to get to it, and then I can seal the plate, put this in, seal that up from through the kick panel. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to cut this out now. Piece, Swiss cheese. Now I know I need to cut just a little bit, just a wee bit off that. So I've just marked sort of like 1/8 inch. Snips are my friends from now on. So I'm going to snip all that edge off. Now just that. Happy with that fit now. When it sits on there, the cut edge in the corner is my alignment. So I'll just sneak it up to there, which is where I want it to be. I'll now reach around from the inside, trace that. It'll give me a mark on that side, and I'll know that is my cut edge. And then I'll snip wide and just bring it in slowly. I'd rather sand it to fit than overcut and then have to make it again. Alright, I have that fitting pretty much where I want it. And it sits there in the right spot. It does sit there in the right spot. It's about there somewhere. Just need to tweak actually. That's fine. That's too much. So it sits there like that. I now need to fill that hole. So we've got that piece, and got that piece. So that one's good to go. We just need a steel version of that. Got my cap, sits in there, it's going to sit. Just sit there, right there is where it's going to sit. Because then I can hopefully just sweat that edge together to the old metal, and then I'll zap that on. Now I'm not worried about priming this because you can still get in through here. So it's getting a bit late for today. I'm going to paint inside there. I'm going to paint this side, and that is probably tomorrow evening job. I will sap that back up. There. Now, you stay there so I don't lose you. Giving that a coat of copper primer. And on the inside of this, I've given it the rust converter spray stuff. So coated in that. Once that's dry, I've got some etch primer, and then I was thinking of black stuff to spray in there. It's a bit hard to get a brush in there, so I've got this roll bar chassis black that I'm just going to spray in there, and that should hopefully sort out all the problems. It's been a week or so. I haven't had time to get to it in the afternoon like I said I would. Painted, and prepped, ready to weld. That goes in there like that. And now I'm going to get the glue gun and go bip, 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 bip. See you later. I don't know if I'm going to MIG or TIG it in, honestly. Part of me's thinking I should probably TIG weld it because I'm going to be able to get in there. It's a little bit easier. And then I might just MIG the back edge. Because I don't feel like playing games with it. And it's pretty solid-ish. Yeah, so less talking, more doing. So I instantly gave up on the TIG and went straight to the MIG. There is a reason behind it. This bottom edge had the factory seam sealer in the gap, and it's common. It's not, you know, like something weird, and it burns, and when it burns, it pops and it carries on. And I went, fudge this, and just blasted it in with the MIG. Now the MIG still pops and carries on, but at least it gets a weld without popping and ruining my tungsten. So that is on. I'm just going to give it a quick sand, which won't be much. And then probably have to refit this piece now because the bottom edge has come up. 85mm. That's alright, it'll probably pop and fart and carry on when I go to weld to it as well. So yeah, so I'll just give this a quick clean up and then let's get that on, and then I just got to make this little corner here in the hinge pocket. So I'll weld 3/4, I'll just leave where it's, I've still got to make. Or if I make that now, I might make that now or I can cut that out actually. Yeah, I'll do that first because I can just, and then music playing. Guess this one, Zach. Door jamb piece. Come a bit closer. Come over here. Come over here. So let's see if I can zoom on in. Oh, look at that. Right there. Wusty. I literally just pushed that in there with my big fat fingers and made a piece. So I'm just going to cut, it's virtually a triangle out. I'm just going to cut that out. You can zoom out now. Got to be back in the frame? Nope. Where are we? Right there. Cut triangle out, put triangle in here, cut other triangle, put back in. Simples. Corner is tacked in now. Now we're going to start just fitting that up. I think I just need to take a little bit off this side here, and it should, because it doesn't quite sort of align with that. So I'll just see that, see, align with that. Pretty close. But I want the top edge to fit, and then I'll just trim the bottom off this. Yeah. Alright, tell it in together with magnets. Time to put the Tigomatic to it. And I only tacked that piece because I wanted to tack all this to it, and then I weld it all in one big hit. So let's get moving. finished. Now I can actually do what I was planning on doing, painting the damn floors. I've orbitaled this. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe down with thinners and tape it off. I'm just going to put some, I think I've got some cold gal primer on the shelf. That'll just seal that until I get a can of a body match colour, and I'll just blow it in. Yes, I am going to paint it back there because I'll be able to see it, and it will bug the living bejeebers out of me if I don't do it. So I'll just put something over it to seal it for today. Mission floors next. Now my method is that's wiped down with thinners, and nothing survives on the surface of the sun, so surface is prepped. One nice fat coat. Now we speed right. Ooh, see it flash off there? That means it's good. It means it's ready to dry. Next day, I have got the back roller door open because it's going to be dusty. I went and got myself a brand new fresh twist knot cup wire wheel for the grinder. Got the car still with that door off, as you can see. Door's still off. I've got my torch set up. All I'm trying to do is knock all the loose stuff off. I'm not trying to take these all the way back to bare metal. I don't have that kind of time. Nor do I want to take them back to bare metal. I don't see the effort in that. I just need to get it back to clean, smooth enough steel so I can paint on, what am I going to paint on? Epoxy. I've got some epoxy enamel. I'm going to probably just brush or get a roller and just jam it on. But yes, first I need to descale pretty much. So you already saw when I did the floor pans, I sort of chipped away some of the old seams here on the corner of the door jambs. So that's all good. Now it is literally just hit it with the wire wheel. Hope that no more rust shows up, which it shouldn't. All the fingers and toes are crossed for that one. I think there is one little pinhole in the driver's pan, but I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I'm going to do all there. I am going to do under the rear seat base as well because I want to put car builders in there. And here come the helpers. Helping. The magic of time lapse. Yeah, where's on my face? Do it. But the floors are good enough. All the loose stuff is off them. Gave it a vacuum. Gave it a blow off just to get anything left off it. I will give it a wipe down before I start. But couple of holes. I sort of figured there'd be a couple of holes. So we've got, hey, down here. That one, this little guy, but it's already been painted, so I'm not worried about him. And then, where are they? This one, this little one, this little one. I think it's probably the one there. And just over here, there's a couple. But I can't complain about that because don't have to replace the floor pan. I've just got to weld up a couple of little spots. So I'm going to get the welder out now. I'm just going to zap those up quick. They're going to blow out, be a pain in my ass. What do you do? Yeah, like I said, all the loose stuff is off. Any of the old stuff's still there, don't care. So yeah, I'm just going to weld up these quick couple of holes. Then I think I will wipe it all down with some thinners. Thinners, rag, ready to go. I'm going to do it in sections, so I'm going to do probably that front floor pan first. No, actually, I'm going to do in this rear seat cavity, and then I'll do that front floor pan, then this one, and I'll work my way through. So I'm going to thinners it, paint it. No, I'm going to wipe it down with thinners. I'm going to flash it off with the MAPS gas. Then I'm going to paint it. And then I'm going to go to the next section and do the same thing. Thinners, flash it off, paint it. This is just so I can keep track of where I'm at. I don't want to like wipe down an area and then be sticking my dirty boots all over it. So yes, I'm just going to work my way into sections. There's a fair bit to do. Cut to the time lapse. Or it's a montage. Insert the theme from South Park. South Park. Montage. Well, that's a big step. That's painted. The next thing you'll see me do is I'll start putting the car builders on the ceiling, the roof of the car, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, floors are painted. I got a little bit busy and I painted sort of like some of the back wall. I'm probably going to cover that big hole up. Not that I'm going to be doing burnouts, but just in case I ever want to do one and it doesn't get all smoky in there. As you saw, I was using the brush like around all the tight edges just to get in the corners and sort of in some of the grooves. It's just easier to sort of dab it in and get it in there nice and thick. I then roll painted it. Why did I roll paint it? I like to put the paint down thick. Like thick, with 2 C's. You could do it with spray paint. It's going to take multiple goes, probably take a lot longer too, and it's a bigger mess. I don't like aerosol-based paints in the shed if I can avoid it normally, just because the dust goes over everything. So that's why I roll painted it, because I put it on thick. I'm not really going to be worried about this ever rusting again. We know the underside's painted, we know the top side's painted now. So with that all painted, and then car builders the roof, do the floors, probably just paint the very top of the parcel shelf a little bit. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave this episode. It's forward progress either way. It's not a very exciting episode, but the floors are painted. We fixed that lower A pillar, which I wasn't expecting, but it's just how car building goes, unfortunately. So yeah, next time you'll see me, Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment over on those platforms as well. Make sure you guys are sharing this with all your friends. We are getting close to, if not maybe over 10,000 subscribers. We massively thank you all for that as well. But you'll see us next time on Backyard Builds.